Welcome back to Right from the Start. Now today I'm going to show you another oilless recipe where I'm going to use groundnuts to give us the oil that we need for our bodies rather than using processed oil. And this is my cauliflower in peanut curry. The ingredients for this cauliflower dish are grated coconut, chilies, jeera powder, dhania powder, garam masala, salt, ginger garlic, mustard seeds, peanut, capsicum, cauliflower of course, onions, curry patta and dhania. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is cook the cauliflower, and I like to boil it in a little bit of water. So you can make the cauliflower florets as big or small as you like. Today I'm making it about this big. So to that add some water, add enough just to cover the cauliflower on top, add a few pieces of ginger and let these be small pieces, you don't want them to be large pieces. A couple of cloves of garlic, little bit of chili and some salt. So this already starts flavoring the cauliflower as it boils. Put the lid on, let it be for about 10 minutes until it's nice and soft. And in the other side, I'm going to start making the peanut gravy. And to start it off, you've got to roast the peanuts. That gives it brilliant flavor and also helps release the oils. Now the reason I say we shouldn't have processed oil is processed oil is not good for our body. But when oils come in their natural form like groundnuts, cashew nuts, any of our nuts, that's really good for us and that's the best way to have it. So just dry roast it. And you want it nice and dark. You don't want it to be lightly roasted. So give it a couple of minutes and it'll be ready. Okay, so the peanuts are nicely dark, brilliant. I'm just going to pull it off and let's start making the curry paste. So back on the heat, I'm going to show you how to make a tadka without oil. Extremely simple and as flavorful. So the tadka for this recipe is just mustard seeds and curry patta. So let the pan become really hot and then add in the mustard seeds. Shake it a couple of times. Just wait for it to start popping and it will do exactly the same pop as what we're used to in oil, but without oil, even better for us. So leave it on the heat. And this tadka, this method of tadka can be used for anything from jeera to sauf to whatever you want to do. Basically have a dry pan and put all your tadka in one at a time and it will pop and it will give you that same aroma and all of it is there. It's just that we're doing it without oil, even better for us. So this will start popping. In the meantime, I'm putting in our curry leaves. At this point, the heat needs to be really high under the pan, otherwise it takes much longer to pop. And in the meantime, you could have roasted or burnt even mustard seeds. So make sure that the heat is high. I can already smell the curry patta. The mustard seeds are popping. So I'm going to put the onions in next. So oilless cooking is very simple, much more beneficial to us, and it's not difficult to do. So once these onions have started cooking a little bit, I'm going to add a few drops of water and this will prevent it from getting stuck to the bottom of the pan. Hear that sizzle? So cook this down for a couple of minutes and then we'll add the capsicum. So the onions are cooking, they're softening up and it's time to add the capsicum. It's just small diced capsicum. You can always leave it out or add baby corn or something like that. But basically I'm trying to put in more vegetables into this dish. And we let that cook down. Keep adding a little bit of water as needed. Now I have drained out the cauliflower water and this is what it is. So use this because all the goodness of the cauliflower has also gone into this water. If we throw this water away, then we're wasting a lot of nutrients. So what I'm going to do is make a paste using this water, the peanuts that we had roasted, the garam masala, dhania powder, jeera powder, salt, pepper, ginger and chili. And that will be the base for this sauce. So grind it up until it is fine, add a little bit more liquid if needed and I'll show you the next step. So the paste is now ready and as you can see I've not ground it up really fine. I love to have these chunky pieces of peanut. Just add it to our capsicum and onions and let it cook down. Now there's also coconut in this recipe, but I haven't ground it up at this point because heating coconuts is very unhealthy. So when coconut touches heat, what happens is the unhealthy oils in it are released and therefore we find so many people today having problems with cholesterol. All you need to do at that point is just stop putting coconut into warm food. Make sure that the food is a little cooler when you add coconut right at the end, and there'll be no cholesterol problems anymore. Groundnuts are very good for us because of the natural oils that they have in them, and also because of the number of vitamins and minerals that they have. So, just roast it up, eat it with a little bit of jaggery, or eat it plain like that. It's one of the best snacks to have in the car when you're going around. Whenever you're hungry, pop in a few peanuts. Let this cook down for a few minutes, then we'll add the cauliflower. So the sauce has been cooking for a couple of minutes, nicely amalgamated, and it's time now to add the cauliflower. So remember that the cauliflower also has ginger, chili, garlic, so it's naturally flavored. And the idea is to create several levels of flavor. The more levels of flavor you add, the better the end product of the dish. So keep seasoning your dish at each and every point. And when I look back at my grandmother's recipes, this is exactly what she did. She wouldn't add a whole bunch of flavor right at the end. At every step, she would add something and something more. So let this cook for a couple of minutes. Let the cauliflower get all of that groundnut flavor, and then we'll add the finishing touches to it. So I simmered the cauliflower in the gravy for about 10-15 minutes, switched off the heat, and it's now time to add the coconut. This is the best way of eating coconut as compared to even a coconut gravy. If at this point I wanted to have it a little bit more liquid, I'd put the coconut in the grinder with a little bit of water and add it at this point. There's enough heat that it cooks the coconut just right, but not such that the unhealthy oils are all released. Okay. And now time for our final sprinkling, some coriander. And that's it. Cauliflower in a peanut sauce is ready. A yummy dish to have just by itself, but otherwise have it with some chapati or wrapped up in a roll. It's brilliant. So this is one of my favorite ways to cook cauliflower, in this wonderful peanut curry. Extremely healthy, delicious. What more? All the children can get involved while cooking it. So try it out and do let me know what you think.